These are the Fitnexa SomniPods 3. And if you're a light sleeper, these might be the most important earbuds you'll see this year. They're designed specifically for sleep. No commuting, no workouts, sleep. Links will be in the description if you want to check yours out, and a special thanks to Fitnexa for sending these out for review and for sponsoring today's video. So let's talk about big picture. Why should you care? Well, if it's not obvious by the intro, these are ultra slim, sleep focused earbuds. That's a mouthful. They have hybrid noise cancellation and built-in sleep tracking. And knowing light sleepers around me in my life, this concept makes a ton of sense. Because if you think of like most earbuds or people who fall asleep to music, they're not made for sleeping. Earplugs, it's really funny that I actually have this here with me, but most regular earplugs aren't designed for tracking or music playing, anything like that. And most sleep masks obviously don't help with any sort of noise for light sleepers. So these are trying to sort of combine comfort, noise control, and sleep data into one tiny little system. But the big question is, can something this small actually make a difference in your sleep? Well, as always, let's dive into the form. The design and build overview of the Fitnexa SomniPods 3. These are only 9.9 millimeters thin and about 3.3 grams per earbud. They're tiny, and you feel that immediately. They include a full fit kit with round tips, flared tips, and multiple ear wings so you can actually dial in the fit for your ear size. Literally, this is like the most ear tips I've ever seen with earbuds. And I think that matters because this is something you're gonna be wearing throughout the night. You want it to fit well. And for me personally, they didn't fit perfectly out of the box. I had to adjust it, get used to it. So that's not universal for everyone, but there is a lot of customization here to make sure it fits perfectly in your ear. And I do think this is an interesting experience that you need to give a few days. Like the first night you realize they're in your ears. Like you can tell it might be a little discomforting, but even Fitnexa says on their website, like, hey, give this 4 to 5 days before you say it's not working for you, because I do think it's something that you get used to. It's like anything else. Like if you're getting new glasses and you've never worn glasses before, it takes a few days to get used to them. And I think that's fair. I do think once you get them positioned right, the slim profile really does matter. I mean, these things are so tiny. And when your head sort of hits the pillow, you don't get this big pressure on the inside of your ear that you would with like normal earbuds. The build quality is also really nice. I mean, this is plastic, of course, to keep them lightweight, and even the case is plastic. But it's funny, when we first got them out here at the studio, we were all talking about how like the plastic is like soft, and just something about the design language here just feels like sleep. It's kind of hard to explain. There's a softness to it. The color choices that they've used here, it's like a comforting, warm kind of color. And they just like, to me, just kind of scream sleep. Like if you put these up next to like AirPods Pro with this like cold, white, harsh plastic, like, I don't know, it's just softer, more comfortable. So enough about the design and build quality here. Let's move into the functionality of the SomniPods 3. So these use hybrid ANC plus passive noise isolation. They're rated up to 42 decibels of noise reduction. Now, it doesn't eliminate the world completely, but it noticeably reduces snoring, noise, traffic sounds, all the kinds of sounds that really pull you out of sleep. If you sleep next to a heavy snorer or in a noisy area, these are just going to immediately sort of eradicate that sound and create a calmer environment for sleeping. Now, as mentioned, they connect to the Fitnexa app. So you can see really interesting things like sleep posture, stages, movement, and get AI-based insights. And from what I can tell, it actually sort of pairs a lot of that data with other sleep tracking devices. So like my Apple Watch, things like that, to look at like heart rate variability and all that kind of stuff. These aren't just white noise earbuds. There's actual data that you get about how you're sleeping and what's happening in the background. You can see how long you slept, how restless you were through the night. And the app sort of gives you coaching instructions on how to maybe set up your environment better, or how to rest better, position yourself better to get through the night. Another cool thing is there's actually a built-in white noise library that is sort of on device. So you don't actually have to have it paired Bluetooth to your phone. So you can technically go phone free once it's set up. Now, that said, these also support high-res audio formats like LDAC or aptX lossless, if you do want to use them as everyday earbuds, which I have worn them around the studio, and it's pretty awesome actually. Now, I will say, while I was wearing them around the studio, I did get a couple brief dropouts on the right ear, but it wasn't reoccurring. I literally popped them back in the case, put them back in my ear, and it was fixed. And of course, it didn't affect the sleep use case here because I wasn't trying to sleep. I was like cleaning up the studio, which also could have been a me issue. My phone was in here, I was in there, like maybe the distance or something, I don't know. Either way, the only really minor quirk I found about these in total. So that's pretty good. And that said, these really aren't meant to be your like all day earbuds that you wear from 9 to 5 while you're working. Again, there's a heavy sleep focus here, and that is what they are designed for. So while you can pop them in while you're doing work, I would recommend having a separate headset for that, separate earbuds for that, keeping these next to your nightstand. And another point there, something I was genuinely surprised about is there's actually wireless charging in the case. So if you set the case down on a wireless charger, it will charge the case up while you're sleeping, or, you know, obviously if you have the buds in there, it'll charge the buds too. And it just feels like another step in that intentional direction of what they're trying to do here at Fitnexa with the SomniPods 3. It's just really well thought out in that direction of helping you sleep throughout the night. And you can definitely tell, you know, these are the SomniPods 3, third iteration. There's been so much iteration, thought, intentionality that has been put into this design, which is the type of thing that we love on this channel. The only other thing I'll mention is there's no transparency mode. So if you have a spouse or someone, I would wait till the conversation is done for the night and you've both rolled over and it's time to actually sleep before you pop these in, because there's no transparency modes. While you can turn off active noise cancellation and hear a little bit, it is creating that seal and it's a little hard to hear. So the thing I do know about transparency mode is it's using microphones, and whenever there's like microphones touching pillows or cloth or whatever, that creates like really loud, annoying things. So I think it was an intentional design choice not to do transparency mode, because that just wouldn't work well for the sleep oriented nature of these. If you really need to hear something, just pop it out. All right, so who are these for? Definitely light sleepers, definitely people who maybe sleep next to someone who snores, frequent travelers, people who are trying to rest on planes, in hotel rooms where there might be lots of noise going on, people who want to work on meditation or quieting their minds. There's meditation aspects to the app too, and different sort of exercises you can do in ear that are guided while you're trying to sleep, or just trying to take a chill moment at work to fully clear your mind and rest. This would be a great way to block out that noise as well. Now, for someone like me, I sleep really well, and I also have 2 kids, so little kids. So I need to be able to hear them yelling for me in the middle of the night, and also I don't really have a problem with my wife snoring or loud sounds or anything like that. So I don't know if they're perfect for me right now. I will say I have family members who would love to use these, and I think as I get older and my kids get older, I might take advantage of these as well. That doesn't mean these aren't great. Like I said, I really understand the use case here, but I'm not the target user because I'm like such a good sleeper, which I'm very thankful for, to be honest. That said, light sleepers, those who travel a lot, like I said, these are it, man. So I think this is a really thoughtful product. Honestly, I do. Incredibly small. The design is built intentionally. The functionality is super intentional. There's a lot to these. And I think for the right person, these could honestly be life-changing for you. As I said at the beginning of this video, links will be in the description if you'd like to check yours out, and I will try to get you all a discount code as well. Thanks again so much to Fitnexa for sending these out for review, and thanks so much for watching. On this channel, we help you discover intentionally made and well-designed products so that you can live a calmer, more focused life. So if that sounds cool to you, please subscribe, like this video for more, watch this video next, I think you're gonna love it. Oh, and also hype up this video, that's a new thing. And we'll see you all in the next one.